Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're out here in the airgun bunker, and I've got in front of me the Crosman 362 air rifle. This is a multi-pump 22 caliber. They retail for just about $100, and Crosman was kind enough to send me 2 of these rifles. Now the other one I sent off to John over at the Wingman 115 channel. And together we're going to collaborate on a video for you guys, kind of showing how we're able to use this gun out in the field in a survival type situation. So today we're just going to take kind of a close look at it. I got to get a scope on it. We'll do some shooting, we'll do some crony readings, and I'll give you guys a little more details on my plans for this gun. The overall length of this is 36 inches and it comes in at just about 5 pounds. So this isn't a gun that I would complain about carrying out in the field all day. I think it's perfect for that. Very lightweight. Crosman was kind enough to send a center point 4x32. This is a fixed scope. And then they went ahead and they added some mounts, which we're able to add onto the barrel here. And this does have open sights, which are kind of nice in the event that your scope fails. You're able to take that off and you're able to use the open sights, which I would probably prefer if I was not filming. But the fact that we are going to be filming this, it's going to be nice to be able to put my camera on that scope. And so that's one of the reasons I wanted to mount it. But it is nice having the open sight option. I did go ahead, I mounted the scope on here, had no issue, mounted pretty securely, but I did have to remove the rear sight in order to get enough room to mount my camera on this scope. And so I will have to bring that rear sight with me out in the field. In the event there's an issue with the scope, if it malfunctions, at least I still have the open sights that I can use for any kind of hunting. As far as the trigger goes on this gun, it breaks at just about 5 pounds. It really doesn't have much of a first stage at all, but it does have a very predictable break, and it seems to be pretty consistent shot after shot. And after a bit of a use, I've definitely gotten used to it, and it's not something that I feel as though would be a problem for getting, real precision shots. Usually when you go over that is when you start to struggle, or at least for me, I'm going to have a hard time keeping the gun on target, especially in those offhand conditions. I have been doing quite a bit of shooting with the 362 just to kind of get used to it, and we've been testing it here at 25 yards. And I've been shooting the 14.3 grain Crosman Premier hollow points. And the gun is putting out just about 14 foot-pounds. It's a little bit more than I expected. I really thought this gun would probably be somewhere around 12 foot-pounds. And so it does make a little bit more than enough power for small game hunting. Out to just about 40 yards is probably what I'd be comfortable using it for. I didn't find pumping the 362 very strenuous at all. From 1 to 8 pumps really doesn't take long at all. And for shorter range shooting, you really don't need to pump it 8 times. You can get away with 3 or 4 and that gives you adequate power to get out to at least 25 yards. As I mentioned, we are going to be using these guns as survival tools out in the field, and part of that is to put together a little survival kit that we're going to load into the stock here. This is a bit hollowed out. If you pull the rubber butt pad off, there's a small space in there that's big enough for a pellet tin and maybe a few other small items. And so I'd like to hear from you guys if you have any ideas on what we can put in there that would help us out in the field. I'm really no stranger to using these type of guns. When I was a kid growing up on the ranch, I had a Crosman 2100 Classic, which I used for a lot of small game hunting. I took rabbits, squirrels, a lot of quail. I have used some pretty inexpensive guns out in the field, and you know, you can be successful. In some cases it just takes a little bit more work, it takes a little bit more practice. I am real excited about this project. I think it should be a lot of fun to get out with these guns and use them in survival situations and really just try to learn a little. And being able to collaborate with somebody like John over at Wingman 115 channel, who has a lot of experience with air guns. He's got a lot of experience with survival gear in general. I think between both of us, we should be able to bring you guys some awesome content. And so if you guys haven't checked his channel, I will leave a link in the description. You guys can stop by, check out a few of his videos, say hi, and we'll probably see you guys together here pretty soon. But I really want to thank Crosman for sending us these guns. It helps us a lot with some content, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.